What is up, guys? Sophia here, and I am back with another video. So it's going to be two versions of this video. One is going to be the free snippet that I'm going to put on YouTube for all of you people who are not a member of my Patreon. And obviously, if you are watching this on Patreon, then this is the full video. So what am I doing? I wanted to try something new because, as you know, on Patreon, I'd love to talk about leveling up. And this is something that I personally do with myself just to keep me motivated. And that is to do like case studies on people. And the reason why is because I feel like if it happened for them, then it can happen for you, right? And also, when you do detailed case studies on people, it will show you things that did and did not work in their life. And no matter what time period it's from, because this one is going to be on Coco Chanel, there is something that you can incorporate in your life that will help you get to the levels that you need to be. And so as we go through this video, you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about in case you're like, what, Sophia? All right, so let's get into it, shall we? So if you don't know a lot about Coco Chanel, then you must be living under a rock because she is one of the most iconic fashion designers ever, and her legacy lives on even after death. She started from very humble beginnings in the sense that she was born to a mother who was not married to her father, and she was born in poverty. I mean, let's be real, they were real poor. And also, unfortunately, her mom died when she was 12, and her father sent her to a convent along with her sisters where they stayed. So that's jacked up. So I feel like the first lesson that we can take is that you don't need to be limited by your past circumstances. As I always like to say, the past does happen to us, but that does not mean that it defines us. Can you imagine if Coco Chanel was sitting around all her life talking about she had daddy issues because her daddy decided to abandon her and send her into a convent? Then we wouldn't have some of the most iconic fashions that we know today. Sometimes things happen, we don't know why. Yes, they're unfortunate, but we also have to believe that all things work out for the greater good for those who love God and are called according to his purpose. And I don't know if she was called according to his purpose, but she went to a convent, so God was in her somewhere, right? Because it was in that convent where she stayed for 6 years that she actually learned how to sew. And that is basically what defined Coco Chanel, because if homegirl could not sew, then she would not be a fashion designer. So it's like, yeah, I mean, it sucks her mom died. It even sucks even more her dad abandoned her. But what led her to her ultimate purpose was being in that convent. So sometimes we don't see what is happening in that moment or why, but maybe what's happening is meant to help us.